All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And I'm excited for Gabe to react to this for the first time ever. A little bit of information here. So Staind was a rock band that was discovered by Fred Durst.
Okay.
And, oh my gosh, Aaron, I can't think of his last name, the lead singer. Anyways, Staind started off as a kind of a more of a hard rock band. They had their first album. I love it. They had some great songs like Mud Shovel, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Not Mud Shovel. Anyways, I can't think of the name anyways. The first main song. He discovered them. They were a little hard rock. And Fred Durst used to do this this tour called the Family Values Tour. Right. He'd bring in he was also a producer. He was bringing in all his different acts. He was trying to get this or that going on. And so they would go with other acts and they would do a big old tour countrywide. And so he brought in Staind, which was very little known at the time. And I'm sorry, getting distracted. I think it was Mud Shovel. Anyways, and in that he heard Staind with this new song Outside. And legend goes, you got to play at the festival. You got to play at the festival. And it just kind of took a life of its own. Right. It became this big, huge hit by the point where they came out with their second album. And they had toned down their hard rock a little bit to more alternative, but still a little more hard.
Right.
It was already just a well-known song. Then they had It's Been a While and so many other songs. And that album just exploded. But I believe it's because of Fred Durst, which he has a bad rap in so many different ways. I think it was his... I'll let you share your thoughts. But I think it was his genius in recognizing, no, you got to play that song.
Right.
And just when you listen to it, the way Aaron sings it is just, it's so powerful because you can tell he has so much emotion.
Right.
But I know you want to say something about Fred Durst.
Well, it's funny, right? Because we recently talked about we recently did the crossover with Jay-Z and talked about Linkin Park and how successful that was. Then you had because there were other rock crossovers. And when the Limp Bizkit came out with, they were doing crossovers with other rappers that, for the most part, like Method Man and Wu-Tang, they had their own hardcore following. And then when they started working with Fred Durst or whatever, people were like, oh, you guys sold out. Now, to be fair, he sold out and got paid.
Dude, that was a great song.
It was not only a great song, but that opened
it
opened doors up. Next thing you know, he's doing movies.
Yes.
He did How High, which was a hilarious movie or whatnot. And it opened up a different world. And he kind of left Wu-Tang behind. So hardcore Wu-Tang fans were kind of salty. Like, bro, you left a hardcore rap to do, this. They called it pop rap or whatever. It was hot. I don't care what you said. That song was hot. And then the whole Fred Durst and Christina Aguilera, whenever they put him over, that's like, Fred Durst has this reputation, at least in the rap community or whatever, where like, dude, he is like both loved and hated because he turns hard rappers commercial, so to speak, and then like with the Christina, I did it all for like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, the dude's a chameleon. I don't know, but he's successful. Who cares? He's successful.
I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know if he still is successful, but yes, he was
successful.
He was hot for about 5, to the point where he had like an open invitation to the Playboy Mansion.
Dude, he can do whatever.
And I remember he's sitting there. They were interviewing him. He's sitting there in the hot tub. He's like, I have no business being here, but I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, dude. And it was so much hate. And I'm like, it was crazy because they didn't direct it at Method Man, because Method Man was still so big that like, but Wu-Tang fans directed it at Fred Durst, and I'm like, what did he do?
You never blame the man, you blame the mistress, don't you?
Exactly. Like, what did he do? Be mad at like, oh, they made him commercial. Then Method Man and Redman too. Redman was with Brick City. He was with some hardcore rappers, and they looked at the writing on the wall and said, we've been doing hardcore with y'all for like 10 years. We're doing this also commercial. We're doing movies. I could do math. You know what I'm saying? I could do math.
If this train runs out, I'll come back to you. His name's Aaron Lewis. It came to me, the lead singer for Staind. But I'm excited for you to check this out. It is a band. It's not just Aaron Lewis, but it's like the acoustic version almost. I love this version. I listen to it every once in a while. And especially the end, I just love it. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like and subscribe.
And, this might be a video that no one watches. Let us know if you like this kind of stuff for us to react to him for the first time. There's so much music out there, if you like this kind, that we can introduce him to. But we're going to go ahead and check this out. Be kind and rewind. Here we go. 1999. So that's the lead man from Stained.
I was still in New York at that time.
I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. Inside you're ugly like me. I can see through you, see through the real you.
You heard this song before?
Never.
Time that I felt like this won't end. It was for you, and I taste what I could never have. It's from you, all those times that I tried. Full of pride, and I waste more time than anyone. But I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. Inside you're ugly like me. I can see through you, see through the real you. I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see your true colors. 'Cause inside you're ugly like me. I can see through you, see you the real you.
I'm curious of your thoughts because this is a different type of rock song.
I'll tell you right now, it was wild to me. First of all, his voice is mesmerizing, man.
Unbelievable.
He's got such a clean, masculine voice. I don't even know if that's the right word, but man, just such a powerful voice, you know. Dude, it was dope. And acoustic is hard, right? One of the things I did not like about Jay-Z, one of Jay-Z's albums, he did like an acoustic album, and it just didn't sound right with all the other when it's just somebody. You've got to have a really good voice. Rap does not work, by the way, if it's acoustic or whatever.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
They do like
I gotta listen to some of
they
this.
do like a cappella, or sometimes like a acoustic where it's just a guitar playing, whatever, and it doesn't sound right. You need everything else to kind of layer it or whatever. Here, it's just basically the only other, he had a backup, Fred Durst, but other than that, it was him playing the guitar the whole time. It was acoustic and singing. I loved it, bro. It's gonna be an added. I'm like, holy cow, dude. I was like mesmerized, and then he gets to hit those high notes in like the third verse or whatever. I was just like, wow, who is this dude? I'd never heard of him before. Never heard of Stain before. I knew who Fred Durst was, but
you never heard the name Stain before?
Never heard of the name Stain before. I'm interested to hear some of are they considered, like, I know, like you said, this is different, but do they do like regular rock, or is it more acoustic like this? Is it more?
It's a little harder than this. Like, this is like, so even on their album, this song is hard to find. Like, you can find it, but this acoustic version is very hard to find, because on the album that came out, I don't know, the next year or something, they did a non-acoustic, just a regular, rock version of it. Right. And a lot of it's similar, but this one, you really hear the pain.
Oh my gosh,
right?
It's amazing.
Like, my kids will make fun of it, like, oh, it's so emo, Dad, it's so emo. But you gotta feel his pain on whatever he's talking about, where he went, this or that. I love Fred Durst in the background because he doesn't really do too much, but he says he's the real deal. He's trying to promote this guy.
Right.
Fred Durst also promoted another band that I love called Cold, which nobody knows about. They had their heyday. They had a song called Stupid Girl, which is their stupidest song, but it hit the radio. Stupid girl, stupid girl. Anyways, he found different bands that I really, really connected with, even though other. But Stain, when they came out with their second album, Break the Cycle, that this is on, and it's been a while. I know you've heard that song before. I'll play it for you afterwards to see if you recognize it. They came out when Nickelback hit their heyday, and they were both selling 4, 5, 6 million copies. Like, this guys went huge. And then their follow-up, and every CD after that came out got less and less popular. But they had like 7 or 8 CDs. He eventually went solo. I heard he was doing like country for a time. I'm not sure about that. But this guy's got such an amazing voice. I've heard him play a few times. I'm surprised you haven't at least heard the name. But the band is fantastic. This version's fantastic. I love that ending part. You just feel that emotion. It's almost like he's trying to collect himself at the very end. Right. But I just love how Fred Durst is like, this guy's amazing. You guys have got to give him a chance. And if people knew who he was at the time, I think they would have cheered even louder. Right. They cheered the loudest when Fred Durst is talking for a few minutes, mentioning their city name. But you can tell that the excitement did raise after he was done belting that part out. Right. Screaming in music is really, really tough to do. I like it because the passion, but it's very easy to annoy the audience with screaming. Right. He's not screaming. He's just emotion, just raising up that volume. Right. I'm glad you like it because I absolutely love it. But yes, they definitely did have their heyday, and then they kind of tapered off. But every CD they would release, I would find at least one song that I absolutely loved. Let us know what you think. Do you remember this band? Do you remember this song? Remember this performance? You want us to react to more, whether it's Stained or someone else, let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
we know all things.